Something broke the boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
What's up? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. This is Go Day.
For everybody, except trucking.
No, that was last Friday. That's when that week started.
All right. So today we're going to talk about how reliable are the numbers and the data that you see on load board platforms like DAT.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't know. That's almost like, that's the thing about data, man. Like that shit, it could be manipulated to make it look like whatever you want. So that's what's kind of hard. So if you're looking at, DAT's like, they got their map with their zones and whatnot. But I do know this. When you look up at that load and they're telling you the contract rate and what it should be going for, at best, I think that is a guideline. So,
yeah, it is.
But I wonder how many people take that as Bible and then all of a sudden they're not negotiating.
I don't know, because a couple of things, like in my opinion, like how we say the contract rate is here and, the spot market is a little lower.
Right.
But somehow we always above.
Yeah. Because everything is negotiable. And right, I think, on another video, we'll get deeper into that. But what you were mentioning before, like that contract rate doesn't account for any kind of deadhead miles going to pick that up.
Yeah, and also the contract rate, it only accounts for specific contracts that somebody may have, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, if you have a contract going from Georgia to Chicago, do you have another contract in Chicago? Or where is your next contract? Like 300 miles away?
Right.
500 miles away? Now, does that account that? Or that just like
from where
showing you the loaded miles, what it should be, and yada yada.
Yeah, man. So like let's hit that rewind button, man. So when you first got into this game, like even negotiating, did you always understand that was just kind of a baseline?
No, the best opinion ever I had about those numbers was it's a suggestion guidelines that about 2 weeks behind the schedule. That is the best I can describe it.
Which brings you to like what we say, it's always phone calls, because that's probably the best way to get the actual real market.
Yes, because it's very easy to skew the market, because look, data is data. There is a book, actually, I would recommend everybody to read, for those of you who want to rely on that data.
I thought you were going to say for those who know how to read.
and for those, obviously, who know how to read. And maybe there is an audiobook about that. It's called How to Lie with Statistics.
Okay.
And it shows you exactly what we're talking about. It's the presentation. It's the numbers game. It's kind of like, the mortgage, like it's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So there are guidelines that you have to fit in somehow, and okay, if that's not enough income here, do you have any other income? Oh, okay, I have a wife, but she makes a little bit more. Okay, now we put 2 and 2 together. Okay, you fit in now. So it's kind of like that. Plus, for example, there are some very remote areas. Let me just use examples. Some like mine dot North Dakota. Usually you see a load posted there. If you look at the history, it's the same load, just keeps reposted, and reposted. What does it do to the statistics? It creates the number that, oh my God, the load to truck ratio is insane. It's only one freaking load that nobody is taking.
Insanity, man. Like that's
And I'm sure with technology, things are probably going to get improved, and we're going to be a little bit faster. But man, I'm an old school. For me, it's very, very hard when I look at the numbers. Let's say on DAT. And again, like a disclosure, I'm not dispatching. I haven't dispatched for a long, long time. If I would jump right now in the dispatcher seat, I would probably kind of take a look at it, kind of like just to have a general, maybe idea. But I would never consider it as some sort of factual information. Because at the end of the day, I would be working my phone calls, talking to people, looking for victims.
Yeah, but so talking about victims, actually, so the DAT says this market is dead. So anyway, really good rate going in. I want to say Arizona off the top of my head, man. Last week sometime. And so one of the dispatchers like, fuck it, rolling the dice, let's go. Because it's a very strong rate going in. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do next? He's relying on his intuition, spider, I know I can get my guy out. I can't prove it right now, but I got a feeling.
Man, I do intuition a lot. Like, I love sending people, like, to no man's land over some major, hubs. And the same thing. How? Intuition. If somebody would ask me, like, so what you gonna get coming back? I'm like, we're gonna get back.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back. Don't worry about it. The only challenge is if you're working with an owner operator who is very, very stuck in his ways, then it can be very counterproductive.
Right.
But if you have an owner operator who's teaming up with you, yo, bro, let's go make as much money as we can. I can pull you out of anywhere.
No, and man, that's exactly what happened. So the owner operators just willing to play ball. Like, all right, man. Like, look, I agreed. I'm just gonna get there on time, and you do the rest. So that trust factor is there, and it allowed for a strong ass week, man. So like, how do you put that on a screen somewhere? Like, it's
you can. So I think it's genetic information. So like, especially for new dispatchers that are just starting up, to kind of use it as a guidelines. Plus, again, new generation people, we're not very eager to talk on the phone.
Right.
We really want to rely on data. We almost like demand some sort of data presented to them. And I don't need it because just, like, in all these years in trucking, there was very, very few weeks that number beat my number.
Right.
So how am I going to rely on something like that?
Yeah, no, you can't. But again, it's the work behind it, right? And so as you were just,
but again, it depends. It depends on the urge, on the hunt, on the owner operator that you're working with. Because if you work with a deadbeat owner operator, man, you toast. Like, just go with those stupid numbers.
Pretty much, but
if it's a strong team of dispatcher, owner operator, both know what they're doing, man, you can beat those numbers significantly, because the name of the game is called to keep the options open.
I say that shit all the time, man. Like, you need options as an owner operator in front of you. The dispatcher needs options, having a guy under his belt. Like, how creative can I get? And he's got to be welcoming to something like that.
Yeah, because look, for a dispatcher, one of the biggest challenges is you get a very, very conservative owner operator who still don't trust you. Let's say maybe he's new, haven't been with the company long enough, haven't seen what you can or cannot do, haven't been in a tough spots under your dispatch. That's the toughest thing to break. But if you have a dude who you already worked with for a while, I'm even more open to take more risk and most likely get more reward with a guy who I know got my back.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna risk as much to make a top dollar with a guy who's gonna, end up in some, riskier place and start throwing me on ultimatums. Because that's just like not the way to do it.
And then not just that, then
we are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I need you to be able to go anywhere, because we don't know what's gonna land on our lap.
Right. And then even those ultimatums, they even trickle down, because, like, for those guys that are like, you found this way out, and he's like, nah, we're not doing that. And now you're giving back that load that you strategically,
and now the whole outcome is totally
lost. It's gone. Yeah.
So I think those numbers, in my opinion, are at best guidelines. until better days, I'm pretty sure the technology is going to improve even more to where every single rate may be, somehow registered or whatnot. Because the less people talk on the phone, the more control there is. I even think probably DAT is pushing towards like click to book type of business model.
Oh, man.
And if that's gonna be the case, then for the most part, that number gonna become a lot more accurate. But your ability to go above and beyond is gonna go down, because I'm not like all my top loads ever or any loads ever I booked through DAT. I never reported them to DAT. So like,
but that's it too, right? Contract freight, like their contracts, their customer contract freight, perhaps. Like, who knows, on the factoring side, whatever. I don't fucking know. But
absolutely, that's the contract rate, and also contract rate for the most part includes from customer to customer, and takes all the tactics out of it. So all the options. It's just a very, very dry number between two very hard set points.
It's almost like, man, it's kind of how they want to streamline, like, like the stock exchange or whatever. Like, they'll sell apps like, buy here, sell here, buy here, and like people actually try to get rich off of like the app that does the work for you. But
and look, and I think obviously there are patterns. And I'm sure you can utilize those apps. You can also utilize the DAT numbers to be okay, to grow very slowly and pretty stable. But those apps if you rely on those apps and those numbers, you're never gonna take over the world, because it's just gonna keep you floating above average, maybe average, above average, within industry's expectations.
Yeah.
So all those top dollar lows, which you're like, fuck yeah, like we're not gonna be on that list.
No, I know. It's like, I think just sometimes, man, I don't know, man. All these tools and stuff, like theory is one thing, and then practicality is another. And so, sometimes it be counterintuitive, where imagine you're working your magic and you're going to gross this guy. You already grossed as much, the guy's like, thanks, man, never haven't made this kind of money in forever, ever. And so then now this week, you got him on your plan. He's in no man's land, this, that. And then he's like, oh, but look at this load and look at this load I see on the on my free version of the DAT board. And now, because he has that little bit, because he logged on for 30 minutes and you've been going at it for the last, 7 weeks, like, he thinks he knows just as much as you on the information. Like, he's not as dialed in, is what I'm saying. Like, it's just very surface level.
Unfortunately, because like I repeat again and again, like I consider myself, well, I used to consider myself a pretty badass dispatcher, right? But would I feel as cocky right now if I went out there and started dispatching? Not today. In a couple days, in a week, fuck yeah. But not today. Today I would be like a lost puppy for a little bit.
So what you gotta do is go home, and when no one's looking, get caught up, and then walk in.
Oh no, you just look. If you need that, you're never gonna be a dispatcher. You just go at it and you go with the flow. The only challenge for like old school people like me, there is more and more emails, G-chats, all this shit. I hate that. Look, you may think I sound pretty bad with accent and everything, right?
Yeah.
But I would rather talk to you than play those stupid email games, because, send an email, give us a quote. Man, like, I'm not a social experiment. Do you have a load or not?
Yeah.
I want to talk to you. I have a lot of questions. Like, just whatever DAT is providing, even if the load is very, very well posted, it does not have enough information for me to just book it by a click.
Yeah.
Because I'm a strategic, I'm a tactical guy. I'm a lot of things matter to me that, some new generation dispatchers, we're not even gonna register.
Yeah, man. So I guess and we get it. Like the platform has to change, evolve. Technology, efficiency, all of that is part of the game. But I just think that this is one of those industries that it does require that people skill, man. Like it's.
I think it does, but again, unfortunately, the AI, the new generation people, it's more and more being pushed towards this digital. Communication. Mm-hmm. And digital communication eventually is going to be, click to book or, don't click not to book. and the problem that I see of that, it's going to become very, very easy. But you're never going to, reach out for freaking stars, man.
No.
You're always going to be just this average, gray, very predictable. If somebody has a dream to start right now and build a trucking company, I think this is that train about to take off. Mm-hmm. So if you're not nowhere near that, if you're not buying a truck right now, if you're not becoming an owner operator right now, that train is gonna be gone by the time you're done. And when that's gonna happen, you're just gonna be a gray average. Yeah, you're gonna be able to make a living, but you're never gonna be able to go above and beyond and actually, build a company and like achieve something. You're just gonna be a, statistical unit.
No, so here you go. So if you're thinking about buying that truck, the time is now. As we always say, give us a call at 863-342-5171.
All right, guys. Best trucking company for owner operators in Florida or east of Mississippi, pretty much.
Yep, and we got the best negotiators in-house.
Take care, guys.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.